What up, guys? Today I'm here on the Raining Flare channel with a guest. And guest, who are you?
Oh, hello, my name is Justin, and I am a writer and a voice actor and a friend, and I am happy to speak with you all today.
And I'm a local neighborhood Finn.
Ah, there we go. Justin, Finn and Justin. Yeah, that sounds better. Till the end of time. YOLO.
Yes. We've done some streams on other channels, but this is one of my first ones on this channel, actually. So today we actually have a list of topics that we can go off of. So the first one that grabbed our attention for today is Infinity War. So roughly, what would you give it out of 1 from 10 from 1 to 10?
You see, I've always been weird on ranking movies in general. Because I have a ton of rankings lists where I can rank like things within their own category, and I'm good at that, and I enjoy that. So I know where Infinity War would rank in that. But on a 1 to 10 scale, it's a little weird because it's hard to get across exactly how you feel without explaining what a 4 means to you, what an 8 means to you. But just going off of a gut feeling, I could give it a solid, oh golly, 7?
Same.
It's good. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie, but it has its problems.
Yeah, and it's weird in that it's not. It's problem. Okay, usually Marvel movies have the same strengths, the same weaknesses. But Infinity War is able to divert all expectations on that account. And have its complete own set of issues, an own set of pros. But it's able to do a structure completely of its own. But at the same time, there's a lot to juggle in the movie. But at the same time, the amount of content and characters it attempts to juggle
Give me 1 sec. Hang on.
Incredibly impressive. Does that mean I continue to speak? Probably. But you said wait a second? So at the same time, it makes me feel as though he doesn't want me to say anything without him being there. Which is normally like, you know, it's a Skype or Discord call problem.
Discord, yeah.
Welcome back.
Hi.
You were saying?
What? No, you were saying.
I was saying. Oh, golly. Okay, I believe I was summing up my point come the end. Where did the movie work and not work for you?
So, can I just say that I outright...
spoiler warning, everybody!
But a lot of people have probably seen this movie already because it's the fastest grossing movie to... It's going to become one of the biggest box office movies ever, I think.
Right, it is the fastest ever to 1 billion, and I believe with this... It had the biggest opening weekend ever, and I believe it's going to have the second weekend ever. I think is what I'm hearing, but it's, you know, the weekend's not over yet, so we don't know for sure.
Can I say something? I hate the ending of this movie.
You hate it. Please elaborate.
I feel that the way they did this makes you feel so... Spoiler warning, last chance, jump off the ship if you can. Oh no, unless you're in the ocean, and don't jump off that ship. You have too much to live for. So, I think that the ending kills a lot of the stakes that the Marvel Universe has been building. Because I feel that, so, spoiler warning, last call, jump off this ship. It's about to go down like the Titanic. Oh gosh, that's a cruel joke. I'm sorry.
Too soon.
Oh gosh. I didn't know that over, like, wait, when did the... Never mind. But so I think with the ending, with it killed off like half of the entire universe. All of the Guardians except for Rocket are dead. Spider-Man's dead.
Yeah.
Just
Isn't everyone. That fun?
I feel that okay, you know that they're coming back.
Yeah, of course.
Does that make you feel that any character can die and stay dead later on? I mean...
Hey, okay. Here's the thing. It's an intense ending. I think it works well still, no matter what, just on the basis of, even if these characters come back, which I assume they will, they're gonna still be living with the fact that they were dead at a point, and the people that lived had to witness these deaths. The weight is still gonna carry over.
Yeah.
Plus, they're the safe ones. We still have half a cast of characters who could theoretically, die legitimately in the next one.
So do you
So I
think?
mean, like, why I don't see why that destroys stakes. You
Oh,
could you
yeah.
could say that the particular ending doesn't matter too much, but like now, it allows for a more personal movie next time around with less main characters to
So
go.
so do you think that anyone is gonna stay dead from the people who died this movie?
I would like Loki, Gamora, Heimdall, um,
Vision.
and Vision to stay dead. But
I I
I would expect all the disintegrated characters to come back, and I don't really have much of an issue with that.
Cause I kind of am expecting Gamora to. I felt that Gamora's death was kind of anticlimactic. Just
Okay,
it
I
was
can see
it was
that.
sad, and I get how Thanos like cared for her. Like that was a good moment for Thanos, but it wasn't as big of a moment I feel for um Gamora. And
Gamora deserves a lot.
it I feel it didn't conclude her story arc as well as it should have.
Yeah, and Loki has had a lot in the sense of completion to his story,
Yeah.
which is very, very upsetting because I adore Loki, but
The best Marvel villain by far. Don't.
I do love him dearly. But Gamora, yeah, it didn't seem like she really ever had her moment
Yeah.
in this movie or the
Guardian.
the Guardians movies. I always felt like Gamora was more of a weak link in those movies. But
Yeah.
then this movie comes around, and she's doing really well in this movie prior to her death. But you could have. It would have been nice to see a little bit more of her at her best.
But so the other let's see though. There's a lot that I did like about this movie though. I love the character interactions and seeing this together, especially the scenes with I think Thor and the Guardians. Those scenes were my
Yeah, I would divide up the three sections of this movie into. You got the Titan characters and the characters up until they get to Titan, but that particular group of people. You have Thor, Groot, and Rocket, and you have the Wakanda group.
yeah.
As
Wakanda
well
forever.
as Thanos separately, but if we're talking just the protagonists. And I think that the group that ended up on Titan is definitely the strongest of the bunch.
Yeah.
They're the ones that get the better one-on-one interactions. There's the Thor, Groot, and Rocket group, which I'm solid on, but yeah, I got a little bored at times.
The
Then there's
Wakanda. That was
the Wakanda group is kind of just
underwhelming.
yeah, they're there too, and they're just a big group fighting another big group, and it feels a lot less personal with that one, which is weird because the Wakanda group has the most people that you would consider Avengers.
Yeah.
For this Avengers movie, and they're the ones that become kind of faceless in a sense.
The best way to describe how this movie uses its roster is it kind of reminds me thinking of this as did you play the Subspace Emissary?
Oh yeah.
Talk about a really good story for a really good mode.
Oh yeah.
Like it kind of reminds me of that where like oh now this character's leaving the party now there's another party it's splitting and just everyone comes. Yeah, I thought the stuff on Titan was the best stuff. I thought, and then, I'm with you there. The Wakanda stuff, I'm Wakanda forever, but it's still the most mediocre part of the movie.
Yeah, and it's really upsetting because Black Panther, at least I find to be incredible, and then you get the character, T'Challa in this movie had what like 3 or 4 lines.
Wait, quick question: how many movies from 2017 have you seen? Do you keep track or
of all movies in 2017? I could probably pull it up. Give me a second. Because I usually rank the movies per year. So let's see how many.
I do that too. I started doing that last year. And I saw 31 movies.
Okay, I'm only at 21, so you got me beat.
What was your favorite movie of the year?
Coco.
That's number 3 for me.
I had Coco, Logan, then Ragnarok, which there's a whole lot of Disney and superhero.
My top five are Guardians of the Galaxy 2, War for the Planet of the Apes, Coco, Logan, and Wonder.
I really, really, really want to see War for the Planet of the Apes, and I still want to.
Yeah.
Just I haven't gotten around to that. I have a lot of friends that tell me, yeah, Justin, it would be like one of your fave movies of the year, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get around to it.
It's the only movie where I feel like you ever heard those movies that are so good that time like stops when they're in them, and you feel like it's moving at the perfect pace, and it made 2 hours feel like 5 minutes in the best way possible.
Yeah. Infinity War is super long and just it flies by.
Yeah.
Pretty darn impressive in that regard.
Oh, another movie that you'd like. Have you seen The Greatest Showman?
Nope, haven't seen that either. But I hear it's a lot of fun.
No, but Coco was a masterpiece.
What was your least fave movie of the year?
The House.
The House. What is The House?
It's a comedy of Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler, and
but I love them, especially Poehler.
I could not stand it. Well, it's got a few good jokes. I can say I probably enjoyed 5 minutes of the movie, but keep in mind I've seen the Emoji Movie, and I'm putting this lower than the Emoji Movie.
Because Emoji Movie was my bottom of 2017, and one of my bottom ever. It was absurd how painful that experience was.
I kind of did not hate it.
Okay.
Like, it's bad. Don't get me wrong there, but there's 3 movies on my list that are lower than that. The Diary of a Kid: The Long Haul, which I thought was pretty horrible.
I've never seen a Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Never read a book. I think not that I was too old for it necessarily, but like it was kind of on the limit there of popularity. Like right when I was moving out of that age group, it started getting popular.
I've been a fan of the books my entire life, and so I still buy the books and read them because I enjoy them that much. Well, I did, and it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm sticking with this book series.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other really not very good movie for me was Daddy's Home 2.
When the first one came out, when was that? That was
like 2014 maybe.
It was around New Year's, I think, because I went to see some movie at the same time as the rest of my family went to see Daddy's Home. Maybe it was either like probably not Star Wars, right? It would be.
It was 2015, so just thinking it's.
Yeah, maybe it was Star Wars that I went to.
Yeah, it was released on December 25th.
So yeah, so I probably went to see Star Wars when the rest of my family went to see Daddy's Home. What wildly different.
It makes you very proud of your family, doesn't it? Just joking. Sorry. Hello?
Yeah.
Sorry you cut out for a second, but
just saying I loved it as well.
So yeah, and then we get to the Emoji Movie, and then one award season movie that I didn't like actually was I did not like Dunkirk.
I've only seen about half of the Best Picture noms. I did not see Dunkirk. I'm not much of a war movie kind of guy. I mean, of course, any kind of genre could win me over, but I don't think I could recall any more straightforward. Maybe that's a rude word to use for this particular movie, but what appears to be a straightforward war movie. No, I don't think I've ever watched one that so deeply enticed me that I loved it.
So I'm actually going through my list, and so after that is Murder on the Orient Express.
I did see that one.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the main character, but nothing else.
I hated the ending.
Yeah, I hated the ending.
It was so it felt so much like a cop-out. I'm like, you dragged me through this for that?
Yeah, exactly. But I assume that's how the original was too. We just didn't know about it after like decades of it existing.
The problem being that adaptations can change the original work.
Yeah. And I mean, when you watch a murder mystery type film or any sort of media, you want to be able to guess the ending
Mm-hmm.
right? And but when the ending turns out to be XYZ and it's not something that could have been predictable, it's just like, well, sure, I guess,
Yeah.
fine,
Okay.
movie,
Yeah.
thanks.
Thanks. I needed to know that everyone did it. Oops. Um.
Well, I was trying to be vague just in
No.
case
No.
someone out there for some reason wants to see it, but
Oh.
probably no one does.
Like. Um. Other movies near the lower side is like the only other movie to get 5 or below was Alien Covenant.
I also have never seen an alien movie.
I didn't like it. I probably fell asleep in it, and I was bored.
I forgot one came out last year.
So yeah, that puts 7 movies at a score that means like I did not care for it too much, and then I have 24 movies which I think I genuinely I consider a 6 to be more of a guilty pleasure. Like yeah, I can see that as good. 6 is basically my I may not enjoy it, but I think it's a good movie, or I enjoyed it, but I don't think it's that good of a movie category.
Right.
Um,
It's easy to like meld together the concept of a 1 to 10 scale with a like ABC school system scale, where like if you're not like at the very top, you're nothing. Like,
no,
and I feel like a lot of people kind of meld those together in an awkward way.
my my verdict is I say that anything that I give above a 7, I think is a genuinely good movie. 6s and 5s are debatable whether they are good or not, and 4s or below I consider to be bad, but the degree
Yeah,
is.
that sounds right.
And then basically once you get to 8s, if you're below an 8, that means you've had a few major problems, but but I still enjoyed you. If you're an 8, it's like you had no major problems, or and you had nothing really great about you, or you did some things great, but you also had some major problems.
Yeah, and I figured that the difference between a 9 and a 10 is they're both perfect, but 10 is like transcendent. Like it will stick with you for days and mean so dearly with you and stick with you.
Um,
And there's only so many tens out there, but they're there to
yeah,
be sought after.
Coco was a masterpiece. I think
Love it.
it's probably my third favorite Pixar film, but behind Inside Out and then The Incredibles.
Yeah, Inside It's my number one. I also have
Yeah, same.
Incredibles up there and the Toy Stories. And
Yeah.
Nemo,
Uh,
definitely Nemo.
um,
This so I mean
I
I have ranked Pixar movies, but it's tough just
yeah.
because you rarely get a bad one.
I feel Coco is one of the few times that Pixar delved into drama a lot.
Yeah, and
Like
I'm
that's the
totally
deepest it's
for
gone
that.
into drama. That is the deepest I think it's gone into drama, which says a lot. Like it's I don't consider I think Coco is a drama first and a comedy second. That's the big thing with the movie.
It's I'm so engrossed in a culture of movies that and television that is very 50-50 on that I didn't really notice. Although I know a lot of people who say that Coco, at least especially the first half, just isn't fun. But I don't care. I mean,
And
no, it is fun to me. It's the intrigue is the fun for me. I don't need it to just be a straight up comedy for it to work for me.
the spot that I'm the spot that one controversial opinion is my favorite song from the movie is when I think his like grandmother or well not his grandmother but
Yorona.
yeah when she's the state her song at the stage.
Yeah, that's a cool one. That's a cool one. My favorite is it's tough, but I go back and forth. But the one I always go to first is Un Poco Loco, which is
Mm. Oh, that's a great
Miguel and
one.
Hector together. But I really love the ending one, Proud Corazon. And then Remember Me is great.
Yeah.
It's
Well, look,
fantastic.
you just gotta remember me. Even if I have to say goodbye, remember me.
Each time you hear the sad guitar, know that I'm with you the only that I can be. Yeah, and
Uh,
it'll melt your heart, baby.
oh, One movie that I saw recently that I gave a 10 out of 10 was The Iron Giant.
I have seen it maybe 1,000 times, and none of those were within like the last decade. So it's a weird
Oh
relationship I
my!
have with that movie.
I
I
saw
used to love it,
I
but I just
saw it.
haven't watched it in so
I
long that I barely remember anything. Honestly, I like visuals. I remember like.
Yeah,
And the feelings I have coming away from the movie stick with me, but like the plot details mostly all escape me.
and I know for a fact. So Big Hero 6 is one of my least favorite Disney movies. That's personally my opinion on
Well,
it.
I would say so for the most recent batch, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's fair.
but with it, I'd say that if I had seen The Iron Giant before, I think I would have liked it a bit less because I think The Iron Giant just does that movie better than does Big Hero. Just Iron Giant.
Well, Iron Giant's big with anti-war and
Well,
making one. Yeah, but
also
yeah, the concept of having this robot assistant friend
yeah.
who, but Big Hero 6 is big on everyone knows that this hero assistant or hero's assistant, whatever, is playful and whatever. Whereas Iron Giant, the big deal is everyone is terrified of this robot, and that's the key to the movie. I think if anything, Big Hero 6, you're right, should have made it more of a key to the movie, made Baymax a more integral part.
Instead
Which
of
I mean, he is integral on a more personal.
he's an
But
integral.
I'm talking to the bigger plots
He's
rather than just the heart of it.
To put it politely, he's an integral marshmallow.
I love Baymax.
He's awesome.
He's the best part of the movie. Probably the big issue with me and Big Hero 6 is that I'm just not as invested in the friends. So four out of the 6 of them.
And
I do really like Hero, and I love everything with Tadashi, and I wish we got even more Tadashi than we did. But then, you know, I would say overall Disney's been doing pretty darn awesome because Zootopia is still one of my fave movies of all time.
my other issue with the movie is the plot is really predictable.
In what regard?
Big Hero 6, I predicted pretty much all of the plot points of it.
That's fair. That's fair. It's not so out there. I mean, like, okay, if there's a masked villain, you know the villain's going to be unmasked, and like that, you only meet like 2 adult figures that it could potentially be at the same time, and one of them they make out to be the villain, and one of them they make out to be the innocent, and you're like, okay, so if it's one of these 2, and they're going to try to pull a twist on us, it's not going to be the guy that they're depicting to be evil. It's going to be the nicer seeming guy, right?
See, as of late, that's a trope that Disney loves.
If we're talking just like, is it the twist villain specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it works in some movies better than others. Like, I mean, Zootopia, the twist villain segment isn't the best part of the movie.
Right.
But at the same time, like, it means a lot in that it's a study of society and class, and shows that anyone could be anything, no matter what their class and group is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it fits more thematically into that movie. Whereas in Big Hero 6, you just need that villain reveal, and I'm not sure how much it adds thematically. But then Frozen, I think this works really well. I'm not saying that it's so deeply integral to this plot, but
So moving to another thing. So
yeah,
have you ever been in a really horrible group project?
I've been in plenty of situations in which I had to carry a group, but then plenty on the other side too, where it's like it's just bad timing, and I can't get as much time as I would like to, and I feel bad for the rest of the group. But I'm more so A than B.
So basically, I fall into the having bad group projects in my video production classes because only one time in these classes has a project worked out because either A, they don't regard my opinion at all, or they actively go against the or they and don't listen to me, or B, they actively do nothing, and I have to try explaining that in video production. I've had one group project. Oh, I've had one group project in video production that went well, and that was the one where I showed you the video of it. It was the music video to Taylor Swift.
Right. And that went well.
Yeah, that's the one group project I've had that went well overall.
You were leading that one though, right?
Yeah.
So
And
that's why.
Well, the other thing though is they still edited my thing along the way because I am the youngest kid in these group projects.
Right.
I'm the only sophomore who took that class and video production too. So I'm working right now with the project with juniors and seniors. Gosh, so quick question. Do seniors, when you get to your senior year, do you guys just decide to stop caring?
Yeah, roughly, because that's an issue with the school system, right? Like once you hit senior year of high school and you know where you want to go to college, and you get into said college, it's like, okay, what do I have to care about now?
Yeah.
Like, and, colleges will pay a lot of attention to junior year as well as your senior year grade. So it's like, yeah, I did well enough in junior year. I could handle screwing up a little here. And you're tired. You want something new. Once you get into that college environment, you're like suddenly reinvigorated again, and it's exciting. I think I was doing pretty decent at avoiding senioritis.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, my issue in senior year was that was at a point in time at which I was getting like 0 sleep every day. It was really, really, really bad.
No sleep for Jaybud.
Yeah. And yeah, so I was just nodding off in classes, and it was pretty bad and pretty rude of me. But at least with schoolwork and homework, whatever that I need to get done, at least did my job, right? So, yeah, give and take.
Oh yeah, half of each day next year I'm going to be going to a vocational school for film.
Whoop, whoop.
Finally getting to go to, they offer it at junior and senior year as like a free alternative. I know, didn't you go to a voc school in high school? Or?
Yeah, full time for for communications and media.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. So going for that half day, and I'm also taking an AP US history class online. So
that's like all your classes. Congrats.
Yeah. Well, that's and then I have like my math and science and English, but so next year's probably gonna be my hectic year.
Well, yeah, that's what junior is. And no one likes that junior year. It's your freshman's pretty easy and senior is super easy, but junior year is that I admit that's the scary one, but you'll make it through. You're a professional.
And sophomore year is what you call wake up child. High school actually matters.
Yeah, roughly. I mean, I think I was doing better freshman and sophomore year just because I wanted to make a good impression. But yeah, I slowed down as time went on.
Let's see though. So how is college a good lifestyle?
Depends on who you're talking to. It's been good for me. Especially when you're living on campus and you have this big community around you and you can just leave your room and suddenly, bam, friends. I've been living off campus and apartment for a while. It's kind of isolated. I have a few good friends who live here, but outside of that, it's whatever. But I do love being surrounded by people who have the same interests, so that much helps with the college environment.
Yeah, the high school environment is like, oh boy, I'm a dork going to school.
Yeah, but then everyone else is a dork, so like being a dork just doesn't matter anymore.
See, wait. So was your high school like super jock driven? Oh wait.
Jock.
Oh wait.
We were a communications school. No.
Oh yeah. Well, so basically, a normal public high school, the high school I go to, is basically not maybe 75% of all kids play sports. It's a very sports centric school. And I'm stuck here because of the town I live in, and so. You going?
My school had no sports teams, at least officially. We had a Quidditch team for a little while, but a Quidditch realm in which there were multiple teams. But Yeah, if you wanted to do a sport at my school, you'd have to like leave the school early in the day and head back to your hometown high school to play said sport. So that was not among my interests.
Um, did your let me guess, was your school theater centric? Like was there a lot of theater people?
No, actually no. We had a theater, a drama club, but it wasn't like the biggest. We, it is for people who enjoy film, television broadcasting, journalism, arts, and design.
Hmm.
Those were the more major categories.
That sounds like an amazing high school.
It was pretty good. It was a more techie victorious, as we called it
Ah,
back in the day.
oh, I remember Victorious.
As you should. It's awesome.
Wait, what? So wait, what's your favorite of the Dan Schneider shows?
I mean, it's Drake and Josh, but Victorious, I think, is up there as well.
I never really saw too much of that. I was more
Yeah,
of an iCarly person growing up. But
I,
my
yeah, I thought it was good. I got a little tired of it after a while. Victorious never lost his charm for me, though. I think
uh,
Drake and Josh is the one that like you can marathon that one for days, and it's amazing
m-
from start to finish.
my favorite live action kid sitcom was Ned's Declassified.
That's really good too.
I think
That's
I
really
think
good.
what made it so great was that it was a live action cartoon.
Yeah, and it had that sensibility to
And
it. Well, sound effects make everything funnier. So
well, unless you're Johnny Test, and then everyone hates you.
yeah, no, that's fair too. I never got super into the show.
I
Um,
what was
not
your
even,
what was
it's
your,
kinda
your main show growing up?
if you ask me at like age 10, I'd say either SpongeBob or Simpsons. Like, back and forth between those two, but I watched a lot of Nicktoons. I mean, at the time there was like the prime shows, and everyone can name the prime shows. You had SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, and Danny Phantom. They were the power four, and
So,
nothing could stand in their way.
I,
And
and
oh,
then someone mastered the four elements.
oh well, and there's also Airbender, but show Airbender as much, and like
Yeah.
the release sketch for Airbender was a little weird. It just it never got seemed to get as much love, even though like if you ask me now, I would say Airbender is like in my top three shows of all time.
Yeah.
So it's
See, basically the way it worked for me growing up, I remember on Nickelodeon always watching Jimmy Neutron, SpongeBob, and Fairly Odd Parents. That was part of my era, and then as it transitioned to the later 2000s, Nickelodeon slowly started to say, "Hey, let's stop airing those," because
yeah.
well, no, actually they didn't say let's stop airing those to two of them. Jimmy Neutron ended, but for Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob, they're like, "Hey, let's keep airing those too much." And
Yeah, and some people enjoy it. That's fine. It's not so much my cup of tea anymore. But I do miss the good old days.
yeah,
I mean, there's still plenty of good animation rolling now. I just don't watch Nick too much. I was marathoning Harvey Beaks for a while. That's a great show. That's a really like cozy breath of fresh air. But that ended like a week before I started watching it.
so
So
wait,
yeah.
you've started watching a lot of anime now, haven't you?
No,
Uh,
no, I would like to, but okay, well, I think with two hands I could count off all the anime I've seen outside of like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Digimon, kind of
yeah.
like
Try.
younger kid Americanized shows. If we're talking straight up anime, the first ever I watched was Sword Art, and that was easily my least favorite.
Um, it never got
Um,
better past the third episode.
yeah, I'd say there was the peak, and we might have talked about this a little bit.
Yeah, I think.
I've seen Sword Art Online. I've seen Cowboy Bebop, My Hero Academia,
Oh,
Dragon
that.
Ball, Death Note.
Mhm.
I watched an episode of Gakugarachi. I've probably seen others, but like none of the others are coming to mind right away. I mean, if I open up Netflix, I'm sure like one will come up pretty quickly. But
So, so my top three anime that I've watched is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay.
My Hero Academia,
Hmm.
and then Death Note. That's the top three for me.
That's good stuff. Those are all good choices.
You watched
Uh,
it? Wait, have you watched FMA?
no, but everyone tells me it's like the best thing ever, and I'll get around to it.
Um,
I've also seen like a little bit of Gurren Lagann,
mhm.
but I was watching with a friend who I don't talk to super frequently, so it's been on hold for a while. But I really enjoyed what I did. See,
um, see, I'm in the minority of Death Note fans though who actually somewhat enjoyed the movie.
I wasn't crazy on it. I thought it
Like,
was it was what it was, but I forgot about it pretty quickly after.
like I enjoyed it for yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was mainly, and who
That's when you enjoy any movie for what it is.
yeah, well. I still would give it like a 7 or a 6 actually. Like I enjoyed it enough to watch it twice.
Okay, that's fair and interesting, which makes it
Oh,
cool.
did you know that they made a Death Note musical?
Yeah, I heard of that, and I'm sure it's fantastic.
Oh
'Cause
my
I,
goodness, it is amazing. I listen to it on repeat often.
and it's the dead notes.
Um,
Your beauty's gone.
are you are you caught up on My Hero Academia?
I've not seen today's episode,
But
so
so
but otherwise,
that is the biggest example of a show that I think improved so much in its second season.
I'm I can't say the show didn't start off pretty strong.
Like
I
it's
think I think like the second episode of the show is still one of its strongest. I think it's impressive how it endears you to so many characters really
yeah.
quickly.
Oh,
But yeah, I would say season two was a big step up from season one for certain.
also, so I know that you and I both watch Ruby. So wait, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm awesome at segues. Um, so well, cause I think the how would you rank the seasons of that show so far?
It's really tough, primarily because four and five feel so separate from the rest of the show, and like the issues I have with say one and two are totally different than the issues I have with four and five.
Can I say that I
Um,
actually liked 5 overall? I think it was a step.
you're allowed to say whatever you want.
Yeah, I think it was a step up from 4 at least.
Yeah, because four was kind of
4 was.
plodding around. Like it's,
I think with it, hopefully they can fix the pacing problem because oh oh boy, it actually a show that you didn't say you saw, but it shares a pacing problem that the second season of Attack on Titan does. It feels like nothing happens. Like,
oh, I can kind of say the same for five, but like
5 I think moved a bit faster. I feel because though.
but then five you get just full episodes of characters talking about stuff that you could have learned in a few seconds. It's weird in that like I think it just would have been a better season if it did the same stuff in a shorter time.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to rank them, I do like three. Three's the one that got me excited about the show. When I was watching season volumes one and two, I was kind of just fine on the show, but then volume three happened, and it actually caught my interest, and I was suddenly intrigued by it. And then four and five didn't exactly give me what I was hoping for after that point. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. The show really wants to have like these calm down seasons
Uh-huh.
where you can explore character and build up to the more exciting stuff. But I think the show does pretty well with the exciting stuff, but I'm not crazy about how it does its slower stuff. And the slower stuff, which they've been trying out more recently, is not exactly where I think it needs to be to keep me entertained. And normally with a show, I like Steven, you get your Steven universes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's plenty of times where I'll get annoyed with people who are like, give me the plot. I don't want to see these characters crying. And I'm like, but that's the best part. It's so emotional. I don't get
It's like crying back to
emotional
breakfast
with
friends.
Ruby's character-based episodes. I don't think they do a lot for me there. And since the more dramatic stuff is rare for Ruby, and I'm not sure if it'll quite get me the same way that Volume 3 did, because maybe Volume 3 just came as a surprise to me, excited me. I don't quite know looking back. But it's rare enough that Ruby's kind of just a plod for me. What you were saying?
Yeah, I think with Ruby, the way I'd rank it is I would go three. I'd go 3, 2, 5, 1, 4.
That's totally fair. Comparing like 4 specifically with 1 and 2, even blocking out 5.
No, I mean like
weird in that I feel like 4 is much better structured than 1 and 2, but 1 and 2 have like this life and personality to it that is totally sucked out in Volume 4.
Wait, you know I was going from best to worst, right?
Say again?
You know I was going from best to worst, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking through my thoughts here. Is all.
It's fine. Also, how excited are you for the summer movie season?
That is the summer movie. It is absurd. How much stuff they could cram into just a few weeks.
I think there's
Deadpool's only like a week away, and Infinity War just started up.
So hang on. So I'm just looking. It has a list. So it starts with Infinity War, and then there's Deadpool 2, Han Solo 1 week after Deadpool.
Oh golly, I always forget Solo exists.
And then the next big one I think is Incredibles 2. Then there's Jurassic World 1 week after that.
Great.
And then there's Ant-Man. And new Mission Impossible 2. A lot of movies I'm excited for.
I always forget Solo exists. Deadpool 2 should hopefully be good. Ant-Man is a weird one in that I wasn't really excited about it until after Infinity War. But now I'm at least intrigued by what they could do with that one. Incredibles 2 will hopefully be the best thing ever. I'm betting on Incredibles 2 being the best of the movie season.
Pixar is usually great. Unless they're Cars 2.
Well, yeah. But then there's like Mission Impossible, where I'm just not. I don't really like straight up action movies unless the characters are like amazing. So I'll give that one a skip. I've also never watched a Jurassic movie, so do I want to bother starting it now? I don't hear like that it's incredible, so I'm not sure if I want to bother.
I don't. Well, nothing's Incredibles because there's Incredibles 2, so nothing can be. Let's see though. You've been enjoying Steven lately?
I love Steven always. And there's two new episodes that have been super hyped up coming out Monday to finish up this current arc of episodes before the final 8 episodes season. And even with the slower, more character focused stuff, I'm still loving it. But yeah, I could totally go for the more intense, emotional, and plotty episodes that I assume we're getting right around the corner. Steven's been a toughie right now because there have been these crazy end game me leaks that have come out recently. That
I didn't see them, so
I have not seen them, and I'm trying to avoid seeing them. I've heard like little things that might be what it is, but like with how sporadic I've been hearing things, it's hard to know what is leak and what isn't. So I'm in a good spot right now where I don't legitimately know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But Cartoon Network posted an apology late. That's pretty wild. They've never done that with leaks before. And there have been plenty of leaks, but this, from what I'm hearing everyone say, it has been easily the worst of leaks. And that says a lot because there have been quite a number of leaks over the years. And usually the leaks come from... Well, I say leaks. When I'm saying leaks, I mean because leaks usually means that it's not from the official company. But this time it is. It's from Cartoon Network US, I believe. And normally, leaks will come. Spoilers will come from either Cartoon Network in another country, or like an actor or employee from one of those groups, or be a leak from a third party. But yeah, it is a Cartoon Network US thing this time, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, so quick question: how many movies from this year have you seen so far?
This year I have seen like 2 seconds. I've seen 7 movies this year.
I've seen 4.
Nice. What have you seen? So I assume that we at least have those 4 left. So you've seen Black Panther, Infinity War, and what?
I'd like you to make guesses.
Have you seen Isle of Dogs?
I want to.
Oh, that's good stuff. Have you seen A Quiet Place?
Yes.
Ooh, got one of them. That was good stuff too.
Yeah, that was a good. See, I like psychological horror. That's the only kind of horror movies that I like. It reminds me more of something like an It than a like jump scares horror movie.
I came out of it thinking, yeah, this was more of a jump scary horror movie than a psychological one, but this was good for a jump scare.
Yeah, well,
horror movie. I think, okay, I've also seen Truth or Dare this year, and that one goes a little bit more for psychological, just a little bit more. It doesn't lean heavily into it. That was not a good movie.
Yeah, I wanted to see. That was on the list of movies that
No.
I like. Is it just me who likes seeing bad movies sometimes, just because you can learn from them?
I have plenty of friends who love seeing bad movies. I don't enjoy seeing bad movies. I quite honestly, I don't unless I'm being forced to by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But not my cup of tea.
So wait, what caused you to see the Emoji Movie?
I saw it because my friend found found a very legal link to watch the Emoji Movie. And it was his birthday, so I said yes.
See, here's the thing with the Emoji Movie that I don't hate a few things. I think so. Wait, continue guessing. So, what other movies have you seen from this year?
The other movie. Okay, so I've seen, I've seen Black Panther, Isle of Dogs, Avengers: Infinity War, Love, Simon, Annihilation, Quiet Place, and Truth or Dare.
Okay, so the one that I've seen that you haven't seen is, Ready Player One.
I forgot about Ready Player One. I've been avoiding that. Some people tell me it's amazing. Some people tell me it's terrible.
I loved it.
Loved it. Elaborate, please.
It's actually my favorite movie of the year so far. I just had so much fun with it overall, and it's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. I know that I had a bit of a dispute with Sam over that.
Good.
Because but I think it's but I did think it was a fun movie, and I just had a great time in it. It's got its problems, but I can overlook them and say that was a great time.
I'm glad.
It is very close to Black Panther in score.
Because I thought Black Panther was incredible. And then I can't see any movie soon surpassing it other than Incredibles 2. I didn't expect Infinity War to beat it.
Yeah, Infinity War was kind of by the way, I think it's cool that you also rank your movies.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Like it's good. It's a good time just to sit down and just say, okay, I like this better than this, and it makes you think.
It does make movie going just a tiny bit more stressful, but the results are good.
Yeah, I can get how I get how Coco's your number one because it's fantastic and my dad, who doesn't like animated movies for the most part, and to see them at Just Kids stuff, loved it.
Yeah, that family that was just crying at it, which is good. I say that.
So I still need to say Isle of Dogs. I have a coworker at my work though who said that it was racist.
That it was what?
Racist.
Yeah. That was probably the movie's biggest problem. Some cultural appropriation issues, and taking an American character and putting her authority almost over the Japanese characters, and that there's that yeah that in that particular character probably like the least necessary part of the movie, but she gets a lot of screen time to do all that much.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty bizarre, but if minus that aspect of
Yeah.
the movie, I think it's pretty awesome.
See, I I do not believe that stuff like racism inherently harms the movie's value as a movie. Or
It depends to the degree.
yeah.
Depends on what the movie's trying to achieve. Because this movie presents Japan in a very or a very intricate way to the culture. It's probably not the right wording anyway, but
Oh, so
since it's very culture focused, you wanted to get it right.
oh, so quick question on this. Like, you're good for you're good if so. What's your viewpoint on so say like a director or someone who worked on a movie has done some racist or bad things? Do you think that you can still enjoy the movie, or do you think that the movie's quality and if you should see it is inherently linked to the person who worked on it?
With huge productions, I think it's pretty silly to say
Yeah.
that one person uh, bad decisions and bad outlook should shape the entire movie, especially when like hundreds worked on it. I think that's a little absurd. Um, and you shouldn't lessen the value of a ton of people for one bad person. Okay. So I think the better question is in products that are made by a single or artist, and that
Yeah.
artist is a bad person, can you disconnect yourself? And that has been a question that I'm going through my head a lot lately. And so I know plenty of people who, if they know that someone is not 100% bad artist is bad content,
Mm-hmm.
they will say, wow, that person is themselves bad. So I'm already painting an X on myself just for not having like full clarity on that picture. Because I've been very used to disconnecting myself from the artist for so long. And I have a personal belief that even as someone who produces a lot of content, that artist intention means very little in the
Right.
first place.
So are you a proponent of
If I created something and wanted you to think X, Y, and Z, and you watch it and you don't think X, Y, and Z, that's my fault. And the content is out there, and there's nothing I could do about it.
Right.
And I don't think you should be connecting. I mean, okay, you can connect to the artist for a better experience and enjoy doing that, but I don't think connection to the artist is inherent to the work unless they make it very clear within said work that you should be doing that in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But it is good for analytical purposes. You want to see why the artist created said work, so you want to analyze their life and get a better, fuller picture, because that does make the art more interesting. But I think it's one of many, many lenses you could go with, and it's not integral.
Yeah, because I was having a small debate with someone who had said that they're refusing to watch the new Fantastic Beasts movie because Johnny Depp was one of the actors in it.
Well, I'm refusing to watch the new Fantastic Beasts because the first one bored me. So that's why I'm not watching the second one.
Understandable. So what's your tolerance for like a bad sequel to a movie or something? Like if you have one movie that you enjoy and then the next movie that you see after that isn't very good, how likely are you to keep watching?
As in, okay, I don't like the first. I'm sorry, I like the first. I don't like the second. Will I watch the third? Is what you're asking?
Yes.
It depends how much faith I have in the artist or artists putting together the piece. You can have one slip up, and it depends how much I like the first one. I'm willing to give I'm willing to give other chances. I think it comes down to what other people are saying about the third. Because well, for example, we were talking about Ruby yesterday, in the same ballpark, Red vs. Blue, which is a show that I used to call my favorite show, and used to mean so deep. It meant a lot to me. And it's now at its like 16th season, so and it's been in the hands of many creators come this point. So
Mm-hmm.
the average fan can like pick and choose which era of the show works best for them, especially depending on who is the creator of it. And the show hasn't really worked for me in a few years now, and I've kind of grown distant to it. But season 15 came along with a new director, Joe Nicolosi, who seems like a really fun, cool guy. But I really wasn't I wasn't digging his first season 15. And I have a friend who was it was just like this his style of comedy is not going to work for me. Still working on he's still directing the show, so I'm just done. But then I watched the first now 3 episodes of the new season of the show, season 16, written and directed by the same person who has the same general comedic sensibility. But I found that he's finally like cracked and he's going like full in on his own sensibilities.
Mm-hmm.
And it's making for a much more, maybe not exactly the kind of product I am looking for with Red vs. Blue specifically,
Mm-hmm.
but a much more interesting product.
Mm-hmm.
And that much I could appreciate, and I'm glad that I kept watching. So, I mean, one dud doesn't make or break anything. I don't think necessarily. Even if like one is amazing, two is terrible. If
Oh,
people are, it might deter me if I was like offended by the second one. But if people are telling me, no, third one's good, I'll be like, sure, okay, I'll give it a chance. Let's see how this goes.
um, I'm just trying to, yeah, because I actually have a pretty high tolerance for like bad shows or movies and give them a lot more of a lot more of a chance. Like, um, like for example, I'm still excited for the new Jurassic World, even though I did not care for the first one.
Uh, yeah, I hear mixed things on that one. I never watched the Jurassic movie, so I can't exactly say yay or nay on that regard.
What? So wait, do you, um, so quick question, what are your what is your second favorite animation? Well, your third favorite animation studio after Disney and Pixar?
Okay, so yeah, third after Disney and Pixar, because you know that those are. Oh, that's a tough one. Michael Warner Brothers, for at least at the moment, with
Oh,
the Lego movies and Storks, I think they've been doing a phenomenal job as of late. And
I
I
haven't.
didn't see the new Smallfoot trailer. I've seen the initial trailer from like a few months ago. I know there's a new one. I haven't seen it yet, but I was digging what I was seeing. I wasn't crazy about the Lego Ninjago movie, but everything else has been pretty stellar.
I remember when I was a little kid, I watched the show of Lego Ninjago growing up.
I hear that's pretty different.
Yeah, but
I mean, that show's still going
Lego
now.
Batman movie I can say is one of my favorite animated movies that I've seen from last year.
Yeah,
Like,
fantastic movie.
hilarious character study on who Batman is.
Yeah, and there's a lot of heart to it. And it's a fascinating study. Exactly what you said. Um, but I probably like the original Legacy a little bit more. I think how
Well,
it uses its
in the
world.
first movie, everything is awesome.
Everything was awesome. You're right. Whew.
Um,
If only things could keep being awesome.
but let's see, what else for movies have I been meaning to get around to watching lately? I need to see the DreamWorks movies that came out last year. Um,
I skipped. Although I hear Captain Up.
yeah, I hear that movie's good too. Um, but I have yet to see it. You there?
You're coming out a little. What was that?
Um, yeah, I hear that movie's good too, but I've yet to see it.
And there's also Boss Baby. Great.
It's
Which
it's great to see.
already has a sequel greenlit and a Netflix show.
Oh my god. How so Quick question? How do you see all your news on the animation industry? Because I use Have you ever heard of the animation podcast, like from
There's
Animat?
a lot of animation podcasts.
Oh, well, it's from Filmbook and a guy named Animat, and it's pretty good.
I haven't heard of it, but it sounds pretty cool. I feel like I get all one way or another. I subscribe to um what's it called? Deadline Hollywood. Probably got that name right. Yeah, got it right. And then Twitter usually supplies me with a lot of information as well as Tumblr and YouTube. Like I end up getting everything one way or another, even if not just all in one place.
Oh yeah, there's a Teen Titans Go movie coming out.
The trailer was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a lot of. Oh, the trailer's hilarious. I take what I said about Teen Titans Go being terrible. I never thought Teen Titans Go was terrible. I just thought it was fine. And then the trailer comes out, I'm like, yeah, that seems all right. Sure.
I'll probably not go see the movie, especially in theaters, but Cartoon Network loves the show so much that they're bound to air it on the website.
Yeah, I mean, kids love it, so you're gonna bear it. Sure.
So what are the most? So I know that you watch Steven for current animated shows. What else do you watch?
Star Versus is pretty rad.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, that's good stuff. BoJack Horseman, of course, and Rick and Morty. Gravity Falls ended sort of recently. Sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's 2 years out now. The Harvey Beaks I was marathoning. That.
Yeah. See, I need to get into Star Versus because I hear it's a great show, and of the Cartoon Network. And of the Cartoon Network shows, I'm most likely to try marathoning and trying to catch up with. Aside from Steven, I want to eventually check out more of We Bare Bears because from what I've seen of that show, it's pretty good.
Yeah, same on that. There's also what should we call it? Craig of the Creek and OKKO.
I haven't seen Craig of the Creek at all yet.
Really good.
The other one I've been watching is Final Space, which is a 10 out of 10 and probably one of my favorite cartoon that I've seen at least since Steven. And I have not yet watched BoJack, but I'm pretty sure that BoJack will decide to challenge that.
Yeah, that's a top favorite show of mine as well.
What are
Final Space I'll get.
So wait, are your top three Avatar: The Last Airbender, BoJack Horseman, and Steven Universe?
Probably put Steven at the top, but yeah, just among those three, probably top favorite animated shows. SpongeBob, especially seasons 1 to 3, are way up there as well.
I'm seeing the SpongeBob musical in July.
I might be going in June, July.
Who knows?
I'll look into it.
Wait, did you get your tickets already?
No.
Cause I'll show you the Cause I think I'm going on like July 6th into the Broadway thing, and I have close to front row tickets.
My friend was gonna handle most of that, but yeah, I'm excited. I've been avoiding the soundtrack, even though it's technically on my phone right now.
Yeah.
I'll watch it and be excited about it.
Who knows? Maybe we'll end up accidentally seeing the show the same day.
Oh, how embarrassing!
Uh-oh. Is that an IRL crossover?
Yeah, we'll make a spectacle out of it.
Yeah. No, that would be a random coincidence.
What a crazy random happenstance.
Yes. How's I been?
I is fantastic. We are constructing an audio skeleton, and it's pretty darn fun. We felt these last few weeks have been finals, so it's been a little tricky, just a little. But otherwise, I think it's been going really well. And it'd be cool to get something out within a few months. So you know how. You know how we.
I mean, it's gonna be summer for all of you guys.
Yep. I'm rolling into it now. I just gotta finish up some little things here, and then I can put full focus into that.
Ha! I get
What are
out.
you saying?
I
Check it
get
out
out
on
in
any
later
channel.
June.
So again?
I have to get out during later June.
Yeah, so you got a little time.
Hmm.
And I hope you're having fun.
It's high school. Is it ever fun?
Yeah, you do what you can with that.
You are way too positive.
That's kind of my job.
Well, it's
I think
yeah,
I like to think that positivity is realism.
yeah. Don't worry. I'm positivity too for the most part. Like it's just I just get yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna actually cut the streaming side of this for now because
Okay.
so guys, I hope you one or two people enjoy, and this will go to the
Woo,
archives.
woo.
Whoop.